Let's take it in stages. Joint patrols, those are at sea. Those are the maritime surveillance. So those are flippers in the sea. They're not boots on the ground. They're never going to come onto the shoreline. Those are about what happens at sea. There, what we're doing is something which ensures that the position of both Spain and Gibraltar and the United Kingdom is preserved. So we are going to work together in those areas. We will be there. They will be in what we say is our water. They say that doesn't exist. We will be in what even we acknowledge is their water, working together on the Schengen issues, not the policing issues, on the Schengen issues, the immigration issues at sea. On issues which relate to border control at the airport, we resolved that with the equidistant, what we might call magic box. I called it the Schengen Shack once. You haven't called it anything else since. And that means that if they are in Gibraltar, we are in Spain. If they're in 5 meters, we're in 5 meters. And that neutralizes this question.
But of course, we don't have a claim on Spain. So, I mean...
Well, no. Well, it depends how you look at it. If you're Spain, they say we do, because they say that the isthmus is Spain and that we are in de facto occupation of it. And it's a claim, not a right. Whilst we have a right to Gibraltar under the Treaty of Utrecht, we don't have a right to the isthmus under the Treaty of Utrecht, and therefore what we have is a claim to the isthmus according to Spain. So you're meeting claim with claim there and neutralizing the positioning of the officers by the creation of this equidistant into Spain and into Gibraltar magic box. Our police officers will have access 5 meters into Spain. Our BCA officers and our customs officers will have access 5 meters into Spain. Their officers will have access 5 meters into Gibraltar. So that is what I explained at the time that we reached this accommodation, at the time of the New Year's Eve framework agreement, and people accepted it and voted for us, giving us a mandate to turn that into a treaty. So on that, I believe the public have got comfortable and have given us a mandate to negotiate it. So in hot pursuit, we've got to understand that as we're going into these Schengen arrangements, although we're not becoming members of Schengen, we have a relationship with Schengen, what we are entering into in the context of hot pursuit, which is mutual, allows our police and customs to go into Spain the same way as it allows Schengen authorities, not just Spanish police, to come into Gibraltar, is exactly the same model that applies between all the other members of Schengen. So there's no difference. This is a copy-paste, as you would say this day. This is the model which applies between France and the Benelux and Spain and Portugal and Spain and Italy and Switzerland, which, although it's not a member of the European Union, is a member of Schengen.
Chief Minister, but the way I understand it, once you have all those 4x4 vehicles, you've got borders and coast guards, you've got the police, you've got customs, it's going to be quite hard to...
I doubt anybody's going to be able to get into Gibraltar. And of course, there is no desire when parties enter into these arrangements to pursue in heat into another state. The desire is that somebody is not able to get away. And if they can be blocked by the law enforcement agencies of the other state and you don't have to cross into there, that's even better, because you stop the person you are pursuing on your side of the lane. So by having 12 4x4 vehicles permanently in that area, although we're going to get rid of the frontier infrastructure, having live facial recognition cameras, having our law enforcement agencies of the police and customs and our borders and coast guard agency there also. And the fact that you have to radio ahead to say that you're coming, I doubt we will ever see Spanish law enforcement coming across the frontier in hot pursuit and making it onto the isthmus. Of course, if they did, that would be consequential, because Spanish police officers would then surrender the person that they have been chasing, their vehicles and their weapons, to the Royal Gibraltar Police, and they would then make themselves available to the courts in Gibraltar, which would be massive recognition. And so if I were a Spanish politician, I would be giving very strict instructions to the Guardia Civil and the Spanish police never to find themselves in a hot pursuit situation onto the isthmus in Gibraltar.